Greetings, fellow Watford fans. Omar here with another Orns focus. This one, a Tuesday focus on Cardiff versus Watford. Watford taking on a team from South Wales for the second time in a number of weeks. Of course, the last time we played a team from South Wales, we were defeated at home by a score of 2 goals to 1. That would be Swansea. And this time around, it's Cardiff. Cardiff, we travel to the South Wales to take them on, and we had success against Cardiff the last time we played them at their stadium. That would be a 2-1 victory. Got that one late through the free kick from Adam Messina, if you remember that, from 2021. Literally the last kick of the game that gave Watford all 3 points in their push for promotion. It was a very important game, that one. That was really the key game, I think, in the run that Watford had to automatic promotion. Well, this is a very different situation now for Watford, who have had a very up and down season. They've won their last 2 games, looking to make it 3 consecutive games under Slaven Bilic, which would be their longest winning streak of the season against a Cardiff side that's been struggling and find themselves in the bottom 6 in the table, and have also, like Watford, had a change in manager. They currently have Mark Hudson as their caretaker manager, and he will try to build on what Cardiff did the other day at home against Rotherham when they beat Rotherham by a score of 1 goal to 0. That was just over the last weekend. They'll try to start November right, and Watford will like to keep kicking on from where they left off against Wigan just over the weekend as well. Watford will have a number of players out for this one. Andrew French of the Watford Observer has been reporting that it is likely that it's possible that Bio could be out of the game, among other players, and there will be no chance for Keenan Davis to come back. He won't be back for the game against Cardiff, and Craig Cathcart also will not be around for that game, still nursing injuries. So we'll see how Watford line up, and it will be very interesting to see what they do coming up tomorrow against Cardiff with the lineup. I suspect there's not going to be a whole lot of change since you've got Asprilla on the bench. And if Bio is not ready to go, expect Asprilla to be in the starting lineup. And I also think that Carlu is a player that may not be in either. That was one of the things that Andrew French talked about. And it's possible that he may not be in. So Carlu may be out as well. So you're dealing with a depleted Watford side and a squad that has been hit by injuries, I think worse than any other in the championship. And yet Watford have managed to get 7 wins out of the first 17 games that they've played. And that is pretty hard to do when you have the amount of injuries that Watford have had. And even then, we've all talked about how Watford have not been good this season in the main. But there are signs these last 2 games, 2 consecutive clean sheets. That's another streak that Watford hope to continue, as the defense has tightened up recently, and William Troost-Ekong and Francisco Sierralta are strongly expected to be in the lineup. The 2 centre-halves did very well against a robustly determined Wigan side on Saturday, and they'll look to continue their stellar partnership so far. William Troost-Ekong has not put a foot wrong so far this season, and the defense, marshaled by he and his partner, whomever it is, has proven to be pretty good for the most part this season in the few games that William Troost-Ekong has been in the lineup. But this lineup is going to definitely face a test against a Cardiff side looking to continue what they did against Rotherham. Cardiff, as I said, who have struggled, will be without their main man, Callum Robinson, in attack. He is serving a 3-match ban for throwing a football in the face of a Swansea player during the Swansea-Cardiff South Wales derby a couple of weeks ago. And so this would be the 3rd game of his 3-match ban. So Watford will not have to worry about him, but they will have to worry about the likes of Sheyi Ojo and the likes of Ryan Wintle, among other players who can hurt you as well. So Watford have to be careful with these danger men and not take Cardiff lightly in this game tomorrow against a Cardiff side that are going to be looking at Watford and having a target and a bullseye aimed at the Hornets. And every club this season in the championship will be doing that. So Watford need to be wary of it, but Watford have to come out and play their football. If Watford play their football, they will certainly, I think, have a good evening at Cardiff. But they cannot take Cardiff lightly. Cardiff do have some players that can hurt you, and Cardiff are just trying to bounce back, as I said, after a 3-game losing streak. They won the game against Rotherham over the weekend, and they're looking to build on that. So Watford need to stop any momentum that Cardiff might have. I think Watford will have to be patient against a Cardiff side that like to move the ball fairly quickly and bring long balls into the equation. And they're also going to have to be disciplined in defense as well. I think that Watford can expect that it will be a tough test because Cardiff are going to go full tilt. They're playing with house money and they are struggling, but sometimes they will have a team that struggles can have the shackles let off of them a bit and start to play football, especially when they're at home, especially in Cardiff's case. They will look at Watford as a team that they will be going for and going at hard. So Watford have to be patient in this game, but most of all, Watford have to express themselves and play their football and not be afraid to go forward, not be afraid whatsoever. If Watford can be fearless and disciplined in this game, I think they can take 3 points here and extend their winning streak. But again, it's going to be a difficult game for Watford. Watford, especially without some of their better players, and also a team that continuously changes because of the injuries, are going to have some continuity issues if they don't start this game correctly. Watford are going to have to raise the level of their intensity to start with. Of course, you can't stay 93 minutes intensely focused all the way through and have that level of intensity. You're going to inevitably drop off at times. But Watford must stay disciplined, must stay focused, and also must make sure that they play the fundamentals of football and express themselves. Don't be afraid to do so. Don't be afraid to make those runs. Don't be afraid to sacrifice yourself for the good of the team. Don't forget to play for the shirt. When you play for the shirt and you play for the badge, good things can happen and normally do. And so I think for Watford, their key is to come out with intensity, come out with a focus, and come out fearless against a Cardiff side who are looking to grow in determination and who have an interim manager. Lots going on at Cardiff. Again, the landscape there is actually a bit more unsettled than Watford currently. So I think Watford perhaps may be able to take advantage of that. And if Watford can score a goal in the first 10 or 15 minutes of this game, I think they can kick on and have a pretty strong outing against Cardiff. But if Watford are going into halftime and they've not scored yet, or if they're going into halftime and they're down 1-0, it is going to be a struggle for them, especially without some of the players that they're likely to be without come tomorrow. This has been the Orns Tuesday Focus.